Hi guys. Um, I'm really happy about doing this review because finally, after such a long time, I really enjoyed a movie, and uh, and I'm really still I'm having a high after watching this movie, and because it's such a good movie. The movie that I'm talking about is Man of Steel, the latest movie by Zack Snyder, written by David Goyer, and produced by Christopher Nolan. It's such an amazing movie, and I have to start with saying that I have to start by saying that I'm not a fan of. Before this, I'm not a fan of Superman at all. I think Superman is too perfect. Was I think Superman before in comics and movies was too perfect. He's such a jock. He have this perfect face, hair, and character. Really difficult for anyone to just to get for me to get behind. I really couldn't relate to him until I saw this movie, and man, this is just an um, amazing movie. I can just keep on telling you how an awesome movie it is, how an amazing movie it is. I, I want to summarize. I want to try to make sense of what I just saw. This is a very positive movie. Uh, People say, oh, because David Goyer and Christopher Nolan is behind this, is involved, because they produced Batman. They rebooted the Batman mythology and made it more dark, more realistic, and they managed to do that with Superman, believe it or not. So I went into the cinema thinking like, okay, how are they going to tackle this so-called perfect character of the old Superman, the old Clark Kent, perfect guy, smooth shave, everything that you have seen before. They have managed to change it and made this Superman such a real, relatable character. I mean, he's a superpower guy anyway, but the human side of him is so much more realistic. There was a part of the movie that it hit on me, and I was like, wow, this is one of the most humanistic superhero movie I've ever seen. They made him human and humane. The story is humanistic. I can just stress the word humanistic, humanity, humane, because that's what you get out of this movie the moment, I mean, when you leave the theater or the cinema. And what can I say? And another strong theme. I'm gonna say a strong, very strong theme, which I love, with the family theme. There's a very strong current of the topic of the theme of family roots, but more on family, because this guy has an alien father and a human father. So you have this, and then he has his mother. Oh man, the theme of family is not skimmed over. It is focused on, and they did it in such a way, such a very normal human approach to the Superman myth. They do not change the story. I mean, they do not change the history of Superman. But what they did was they added value to the character. They added value to a lot of things. So what does it mean? What is Krypton? They show a lot of Krypton. They show a lot of his childhood. And this is not like, he grows up with this overprotective father, and he's been always been taught to say to do to always been told, programmed by his father, Paul Kent, which is brilliantly acted by oh my god, the names fly by, Dances with Wolves, I mean, Kevin Costner. He's the type of father who keeps saying to the kid, no, 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 don't do this, don't do that, don't. So if anybody who grows up with a father who always get this program of don't, no, 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 don't, you will create this character of a very introvert, very shy character, very quiet, and that psychology part is true because it comes out in Clark Kent, because Clark is all that as a result of that kind of upbringing. So he is the most like the flawed, one of the most humanistic, because he has human flaws, and that is such a good, amazing study of a character. Yeah, I mean seriously. I mean, I was thinking like, this is not the jock Superman. This is not the guy who goes to the all the this positive kid. He grew up in a very messed up, kind of distorted father who's like overprotective of him, keep telling him to do no, 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 and but he grew out of that. You can see the arc that he accept the positive side of him. He accepted of his of the things that he goes through in the past, and he grew into Superman. And I like it. I like that development of the character, which is so given a lot of focus. And then you get that from Superman, from Carl. I mean, yeah. By the way, they don't mention Superman that many times. I think they mention it once. Most of the time, they only mention him by is Clark or Kal-El. So I mean, so different approach, right? You don't give somebody your the name for yourself as Superman, but he's known as Kal, and that's cool. So okay, back to the character story. So they focus on him as a human being, as a human character with all this baggage, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that, and then and then you get that part of the relationship with his Earth father, Paul Kent, and then also you get this amazing relationship between him and his mother, played by Diane Lane, Mark Kent, which is amazing. I mean, the scenes between him and his mother, the family scenes are very emotional. I get emotionally caught up by it because I can identify with that. I took care. I mean, I love my mom. I'm close to my mom, and I took care of her. So when you grow up in a very overprotective father, or father will say no, 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 you latch on to the mother, and I grew up like that, and I was thinking like, man, I get emotional. The scene between him and his mother really get prominence. So you get a lot of focus on that, the strength, the scene of your family and stuff like that. Oh man, so the summary of that is the character is well developed. He's human being, he's human. He has issues with and then he has he loves his mom. He's afraid his mom getting hurt. He get angry. I love that. And then I love the flaw because of how he was brought up, and he can't he can't help himself from saving people. He needs to save people. It's such a good movie, such a good character development. I give it a 10. His relationship with his parents, human parents, his mom especially, got really good focus on really loving family. That area, I mean, messed up, but loving mom and loving kid, fantastic. His relationship with Jor-El, played by Russell Crowe, is amazing. Even though those parts were just kind of like hologram thing like that. When you watch the movie, you understand what I mean. But still, the scenes where he interacts with his family really get high marks, because really made the movie emotional for me, and I really like that. I really love that part a lot. Okay, so that's highlight. about the myth. It added the story. I'm just I can go on and on and on about the human relationship with his family. Another big part was the relationship between him and Lois Lane. I love that they didn't over romanticize the thing, because that's real life. I mean, you don't fall. I mean, you get a guy with emotional issues. He wouldn't fall head over heel for a girl and became a romantic movie all of a sudden. There is issues. I think there are issues they need to overcome. I think they give it not too many prominence, which I think is perfect, because the guy need to solve his issues before he can have a normal relationship. Uh, I love that part. And then I'm being extensive because I just love the movie. Okay, so the relationship between all that and the characters. So and what else? What else? What else? Okay, that part sort out as fantastic human development, amazing character development is amazing. Let's go to the story, to the general story. It's amazing. Like I said, they added dimension to the story. They didn't change the history. They added about Krypton. They added about the solitude of the fortress of solitude, the origins, the back. You get a lot more when you watch this movie, and you got, a lot of just make sense kinds of explanation, and which added a lot to the background, to the story, add value to the character, and so forth. So that part, superb. But it's not an emotional thing. It's more of a for the intellect. The IQ. The EQ was the emotional part. Now, I'm talking about. Let's move on to the next best part, which is the action scene. Now, a lot of reviews. Before I went into this, there's a lot of reviews that say, "Oh, the action scene's a bit too long and stuff like that." No, the action scenes in this movie are perfect. There are a lot of action scenes. They are perfectly shot, perfectly orchestrated, and fun to watch. I never felt it went too long. I never felt it was draggy. And I'm very critical about all these things in other movies, but I never felt that way at all in this movie. Every fight scenes or every action scenes are well done. And kudos. I mean, I love the action scenes. They really added a lot to the movie. Now, another thing I want to add is the cinematography. The cinematography is beautiful. It's shot mostly, surprisingly handheld. A lot of the shots are handheld, close-ups. Very Terrence Malick approach to some of the scenes. The color, the texture, perfect. Seriously, I love the cinematography here. I'm very particular about that, and I love it. And then next, about the soundtrack. The soundtrack is just perfect. It doesn't get, if you have a good story, it doesn't get in the way. It support the story, and you forget this is the reboot. You just forget about the old Superman. You just accept this is the new Superman. This is amazing movie. It's not campy at all. I love it. Yeah, it's such a good movie, man. I'm still in a high. I can't believe it. I was speechless because I really didn't expect this. I thought, Zack Snyder was not my favorite director, and then I don't want to. I really didn't know what to expect, but after watching it, it just blew my mind. It made me tear up. It made me so positive. You come out of this movie feeling very positive. The soundtrack, the storyline is wow. It's amazing. It's amazing. David Goyer gonna have a good career in Hollywood after this. Seriously, Batman, as good as Batman was, as good as Dark Knight was, they were very dark movies. They were very deep, realistic as they are. As good as they are, they really, you come out a very serious tone. But this movie, you come out as hopeful. I mean, that's the message, that's the vibe that you get, that I got when I walk out of the cinema. I mean, this is such a hopeful movie, a very positive movie, a very fun movie, a very emotionally rewarding movie into one. I mean, this is how it should be done. Seriously, it is a good movie. I will buy the Blu-ray because as you know, I'm very particular about Blu-rays, and I was like, okay, wait first and see the movie and whatnot. You know, whatever. I don't waste my money on Blu-ray because they are expensive in my country right now. But this is a must-buy on Blu-ray. Seriously, it's such a good movie. I give it, like I said, full marks, 10 out of 10. I mean, people say, oh, he's being an obsessive guy with Superman. No, I have to be honest with you. I never liked Superman. Previously, I was not a big Superman fan. I really don't like the character in the previous comics or previous films. I don't like Zack Snyder. So, coming into the cinema with all that kind of perception, but after watching it, they managed to make the best Superman movie I've ever seen. I'm sorry, I forget. I don't even want to watch the old Christopher Reeve movie. I don't want to watch that anymore. This is my Superman movie, and it is an amazing movie. Full marks, full score, worth the money. Thank you for watching. It's been an enjoyable time to do this review because, as you can see, I'm speechless most of the time, man. But I'm rambling also. But this is a good movie. Good movie for the family. Good movie to bring your girlfriends or boyfriends, and good movie just to watch on your own. Very humanistic approach to a Superman. Very emotionally rewarding movie, and you get a wonderfully human super character. Very realistic, very wonderful. I mean, yes, a perfect 10. Thank you for watching, guys.